Hello, and welcome to this channel where we experiment with everything AI. I'm Pete Weir.
And I'm John Prideaux.
And this is AI. So, welcome back. And hi, John. How are you doing?
Oh, very good. Thanks, Pete. Yeah, how are you?
I'm excellent. And have you been doing plenty of AI research over the last week?
I have. I've been digging in all sorts of places. But Pete, you're looking a little bit different today. What's happened?
Funny you should say that. We've had a bit of an upgrade.
Ooh.
Been experimenting a little bit with different AI animation tools. And this one seems a bit more active. And I don't know what model they're using behind the scenes, but it certainly seems a bit more active than the previous one we were using.
They were a little bit stationary, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
Well, I'm feeling a lot more animated today.
That's good. You look very energetic, shall I say. That was some great music you came up with on the last episode, actually. I really liked it. And that animation you did of you playing the keyboard, that was good too.
That wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah, quite fun. So I think AI imaging and animation, I mean, that's a pretty big subject, isn't it? So I think we should start tackling that now, but I think we need to start simply, really, and perhaps start looking at image generation, because it seems to have surfaced a similar time as all these generative models. It's a different model, but it's interesting how it appeared at the same time, and we all seem to be using it.
Yes, yeah. You don't hear that much about it, but I think people are using it. You just might not notice it, really.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of models around, aren't there, and tools around. I think there's a dal-e tool that I've been using, which is part of OpenAI, Leonardo. I think you've used a couple of it as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've used Leonardo, and Dream Machine is one of the animation tools I looked at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I think it's interesting the way they have to combine the understanding of your text as well as generating an image. So it's got to combine these different algorithms and technologies to work.
You still need to prompt it to tell it what to do, don't you?
You do. And one of the things I noticed is that sometimes it doesn't quite understand what you've said. So I think it might be a problem in the text side of things as opposed to the image generation side. So if it doesn't understand you properly or misinterprets, then it generates something that then doesn't match what you said, but it might match what it thinks you said.
That's interesting, because I did try and generate an image of you playing the keyboard for the end of the last episode using dal-e, but it didn't quite give me the results I wanted. Can I show you what happened?
I'd love to see it.
What I did was I went into ChatGPT 4.0, which I understand now is integrated with dal-e. I thought what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of your very good animated headshot, and I'd see if it could come up with you playing the piano. Could it extend this picture? So I put in here, create a picture of this person playing an electronic keyboard. Show him standing next to the keyboard in a recording studio. So that's my prompt. That sounds pretty clear, doesn't it? If I told you to go away and do that for me as an artist, you'd know what to do, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's good because it's quite specific. It's not in any way ambiguous, I would say.
So here's the results.
Oh, I've got a beard all of a sudden.
You have got a beard.
These tools do seem to be obsessed with beards. I've had that problem with some other things I've been trying to do. Beards just seem to pop up all over the place.
Maybe they cover up all sins, it could be.
Maybe.
So here is an image of the person standing next to an electronic keyboard. It's not the person. So I said, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it didn't hear me properly. I said, now replace the person with the person I gave you. Again, quite clear. Here we are. No, it actually said, I'll create an image using the person you provided in the initial upload, placing him next to an electronic keyboard and a recording studio. So I've asked it something.
Yeah.
It's come back to me to confirm what I've asked, and that's correct.
Yep.
So off it goes. Please hold a moment. Here you go.
Yeah, it sounds like it really understood what you wanted, but then
it hasn't done it.
It's done something different. Yes.
So now, do you think I'm getting frustrated?
Maybe a bit.
Just slightly. Here is the updated image with the person you provided placed next to an electronic keyboard. No, it's not.
No.
That's not the person, I said.
Did it say, oh, sorry?
I'll correct that by using the specific image you provided. Let's try it again. I had to wait a bit for this one. So it's opened the image and processing. So it's telling me all the things it's doing. So it's looking pretty good, isn't it? There you go. Excellent. Looks pretty much like the last picture.
Yeah, it has changed a bit, like the top half, but it's still got this beard.
Who is this person as well?
The weird beard.
The weird beard and the strange person.
Interesting.
That's still not the person, I said. Well, it isn't, is it?
No.
It seems the generated image is not matching the provided person accurately. It's quite good at interpreting that. I'll attempt to integrate the provided image directly. This may involve some more advanced editing techniques. Please hold on for a moment. Well, that's interesting. More advanced technology. Oh, it's done it. Brilliant. So maybe it's so advanced that it can't give it to me, so I have to download the image.
Right.
So let's see what it's done.
Oh.
So it's integrated the image. Now, I don't know what your standards are. I mean, you could say, well, that's good enough.
You could do. Yes, you could do that. Or you could say, oh, forget the person. I'll just show a picture of the keyboards. That's going to be much easier.
Yeah. Would you say, I would say, if that happened in my work and one of my employees or people that work with me did that, I would think they're just not taking their job seriously and they're trying to mock me, as it were, giving them these tasks.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a disobedient AI tool getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Because I keep asking it the question. This isn't great.
It's become petulant, I think.
That's a very good word. Yes, petulant. So, yeah. So I'm glad you managed to get your video working, but the image stuff wasn't great. But it's all a bit of fun anyway, isn't it?
That was all good fun, Pete, and quite enlightening. And well, you mentioned, if this was a business context, that might be a bit problematic. But I do have something that I've been looking at, which is a bit more business related. I suppose more in the marketing sort of space where you want to have images to help you promote things. So I'd been writing an article about insurance in the future.
Right.
Empowered or supported by AI. So, for example, using AI to do quote generation, taking in lots of recent dynamic information, perhaps like the weather or political situations in the news.
Yeah.
Bringing all that in and making quotes more accurate. The other area that insurance companies are interested in is security and fraud prevention. So that's another area that it could be deployed in.
Yeah.
So I've been using that. Got a nice little article ready to publish. I'd like a picture to go with it. Should we try doing that now?
Yeah.
Creating a picture that might support.
It's always difficult finding pictures to go with your article. You sort of go on some of these sites like 123RF and start browsing through all the stock photos, and you can never get one that quite matches what you want.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time doing that.
Yeah. So one idea I thought of was maybe London Lloyd's building being demolished by AI robots. So let's try that in CoPilot, shall we? I'll cut and paste the phrase in that I've prepared earlier. And away we go. Let's see what it's doing. I'll try to create that, it says. It's thinking. And there we are. It's given me 4 pictures to have a look at. So,
oh, wow, that's good.
let's look at this one. That looks pretty good. It's got robots. It's got very much a recognisable Lloyd's building there. It's also divided up the sections so you can select them, and I guess you can change things and do edits. So that's interesting. So that's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's looking really good. So, John, have you had any problems with these image generation tools at all?
I've had problems sometimes with getting words on pictures.
Well, I've definitely had problems with words on generated pictures before.
So I'll ask it to add keep out sign to the picture.
Okay.
It's going to have a go. It's looking promising. Let's see what it comes up with. Keep out. Oh, that's pretty good. Keep out.
Better.
Key out. It doesn't always get it right.
They might have misinterpreted that.
This one looks quite good.
Yeah.
Keep out. Wow. That's very good. That's much better than I've seen in the past. So there's obviously a lot of improvements coming along. I think I'm going to go away and have a bit of a play with this and see what else we can do with various sections. That was good, wasn't it, Pete?
Yeah, that was really good. Have you found anything else while you've been exploring, John?
I found a couple of other things that are quite interesting. So you can see we're using the CoPilot interface here.
Right.
So we can have conversations like we did the other day with the audio and so on. And we can create pictures, which is great. Now, before CoPilot came out with picture generation, I was using Bing Create, which looks a little bit different. But it's using the same basic picture generation algorithms in the background. So you can see I've been playing around with an insurance underwriter sitting back and letting AI do all the work in a futuristic office. So that was for my article.
Okay.
So I was looking at this, and then I noticed in my history, it's got the pictures that I created in CoPilot. So these two things seem to be integrated. So I thought that was quite interesting. And I can go back to some previous images that I created of underwriters. And let's just enlarge a couple of these. So this chap looks quite busy. He's got some kind of AI robot looking over his shoulder, which is a bit disconcerting.
That first one looks like an underwriter being watched and monitored by AI.
We've got the ubiquitous beard is back.
Right.
And the passive betied robot in the background. And another bearded chap.
Relaxing. Interestingly, the robot again doesn't seem to be doing any work either. It's just standing there and staring.
Now, I don't know what an underwriter really looks like, but I suppose it's fair to say they will probably be in suits because that's the insurance industry still operates in that kind of style. But we also notice this bluey image in the background. It seems to be a popular representation of anything AI. So if you put AI in your request, in your prompt, you always seem to get this kind of style of image in the background.
Yes. The blue, futuristic digital image.
Yes. All interesting stuff. So different tool, different interface, similar kind of picture generation, and it's all integrated. How about that?
Well, John, I really like this image stuff. It's quite complex there. There's quite a lot going on, isn't there?
It is. And it's also, each tool is different, and some of them are more complicated than others. So you've got to learn to use them. That takes up a bit of time. So it's been an interesting exploration.
Yeah.
Get better at prompting. That's what they tell us we need to do, isn't it?
Maybe we should do some prompting exercise before we come back again.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. See you next time.
See you next time, Pete.